Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome to this short masterclass for applying layered ternary harmony story into one's religions or scientific views, or even perhaps a strong view of the fantasy world. Um, it I kind of got inspired to do this after producing the applying layered ternary harmony story into daily life, which is a prerequisite to this, by the way. It's posted here on the YouTube. And it's also a prerequisite is intro to layered ternary harmony story. So this is kind of like that next level of helping kind of bring the power of layered ternary harmony story into one's daily life. So what I've chosen to do is basically walk you through how I've done it, what I would do, what in my view, how I would use layered ternary harmony story to tune myself with these beliefs. All right. I just mentioned the intro to LTHS, layered ternary harmony story, as a prerequisite. But just very briefly, what's most important of it is it's a new world. It's a computing and a CPU layer, a software and a CPU layer over our physical universe, our physical understanding. So it changes everything. Okay. So basically, I've kind of listed out some groups of different beliefs that I thought might be interesting, including the fantasy world, including the negative, the dark world, the demons, Satan, these sorts of things. But overall, as I put this together, what was very obvious is how nearly 100% accurate all of these views are to what is observable, what is computer executable over a hydrogen physical platform. This is thousands of years before a first computer. So I feel like it's incredible. It's a miracle. And they were right, and it's time to celebrate. And I say celebrate daily and for the rest of our lives and of all of the generations after us. And it also, to me, what stood out is that there is real tangible benefits to bringing layered ternary harmony story into one's life, including bliss, including inspiration states, including health improvements, including relationship improvements, including progress improvements, improvements to the way we treat each other and treat the planet. There's so many things that are available to us now using a new tool based on science and technology that aligns us with everything around us in nature, in the cosmos, and aligns us with our ancient beliefs and those before us. Excuse me. Now, moving right along, I'm going into the first category, which is those in the Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Islam, Christianity, any of their off branches, offsprings. And I'll mention as well that what's going to appear is a lot of similarities between each of the categories, by the way. It's striking how similar most of them are. It's a template, actually. And with the first part of that template being, again, recognizing the observable and computer executable nature of our universe and its implications, that we are actually physical peripherals, if you will, physical hosts of ourselves in another world that is eternal. And also recognize that any corrections to what our beliefs have been to now is very natural, it's very honorable, It's the process of how we've gotten here through lots and lots of observations and corrections from a simple hydrogen atom all the way to this very moment. We can next take pride in knowing that our beliefs were accurate. The belief in a single, a unified God, the existence of a heaven or a paradise. And we have been persecuted for that for millennia. Our prophets were correct. If that's not cause for a celebration, I don't know what is. Our prophets, thousands of years before our computing age, were able to describe nearly 100% accuracy of our computing universe. Next, we take all that and we make an active decision to try to align to layered ternary harmony story, so we capture these tangible benefits of layering. Observation and machine executable technology and science into our current ancient views, and allowing for some slight corrections. It's natural. And finally, understanding that any separation or negative-based or punishment-based, revenge-based kinds of behaviors are disharmony-producing, which are universally going to trigger correction by higher harmony force. So we are now actively choosing to be that higher harmony source that corrects into harmony all disharmony. Next, we're going to look at layered ternary harmony story from the point of view of someone very science and technology minded, perhaps believing in God or perhaps not believing in God. It's the same process, recognizing the computer nature of our universe, taking pride in being a part of its discovery, understanding and accepting that correction is a universal story that's gotten us here. Our evolution has been a series of corrections, and that's noble, and that should not invoke any fear or shame or disappointment. Take pride in the science and technology that's produced this very discovery, but acknowledge that the spiritual and the consciousness side, they were correct. Both sides are correct, by the way, but the two sides together are the most correct, which is what's captured here with layered ternary harmony story. Make the decision to align to layered ternary harmony story, making that slight correction, accepting that, allowing that. Why? To bring in those benefits that we've already talked about, the benefits in bliss, the benefits in health, the benefits in progress, but also it will point now your scientific minds to explore in new directions, like resetting a telescope setting to a new galaxy, a new star. Very exciting. Then understanding again that any separation, any negativity, any punishment types of behaviors and stories are going to trigger correction by higher source. So why not be that higher source that corrects the disharmony instead of waiting for something else to do it for us? Moving along to the next group, which is going to be the Eastern religions. Buddhism, Hinduism, Confucianism, Taoism, same process, acknowledging the computer nature of our universe, taking great pride in our accuracy. Thousands of years before computing, we had it right, the existence of gods, the existence of higher beings, the existence of unified gods, the existence of a nirvana, of a paradise. And we too have been persecuted for these beliefs. Our prophets were proven correct through science observations and through technology architectures. But now we can actively decide to bring in layered ternary harmony story, allowing for any adjustments to align the two, to tune them together, to capture any new benefits there are from having now a physical observation and a technological basis to everything we have been seeing up until now. And again, understanding that separation, negativity, unkindness, these sorts of things produce disharmony, which produce higher story correction. So why not continue to be the higher story that corrects disharmony into harmony, instead of letting something else do it for us? Moving along to the New Agers, the shamans, those that identify with witchcraft. Same process. Computing universe. Taking pride that we were correct. 100% correct. Consciousness of everything. The existence and the power of stories and their consciousness. Our layered nature of our universe and the relationships between them, including the cosmic layers and alignment of planets and stars and these things. These ancients, they were now proven correct by scientific observation and modern computing technology architectures. But now we also need to understand that any of these separation, punishment or revenge or negative behaviors are automatically producing disharmony, which automatically produce a correction by a higher harmony story. So we are choosing to be that harmony story that corrects lower disharmony instead of letting something else do it for us. We're finishing up here. There's not a whole lot left. Here, those with an active belief in the fantasy world, the same process, recognizing the computer nature of our universe and that it is an imaginary universe. Our physical world is within that imaginary world. That's how real our imaginary world is. And it is full of infinite characters, higher and lower consciousness characters, including those unicorns and fairies that you've identified so strongly with, and mermaids and dragons and any number of these things, all residing within human hosts. So we can do as we've done in the others, layer in layered harmony story, the scientific observations and the technological computing architectures to really enhance our daily experience that we have now been proven is not only correct, it's very real. And continuing to stay aware that any separation, punishment, or negative types of behaviors are going to produce disharmony, which are going to produce correction by higher harmony story over time. So why not stay in that higher harmony story correction mode so that someone else is not doing it for us. Lastly, applying layered ternary harmony story into the dark, the demonic world. And it can be something as powerful as an addiction. It can be so many different things, so many things that just arise. So we'd go through a similar process, remarkably, by becoming very observant and aware of the computing nature of our universe and the harmony forces that exist. Recognizing that our bodies are hosting these greater harmony consciousness in our bodies, and that it's part of a very real imaginary world full of characters, including those dark characters. So then we do what we've done in the other situations. We bring layered ternary harmony story in. with the intention of capturing the benefits the scientific observation and technological computing architectures will give us as we navigate through these things. And with that, bringing in the knowing that anything separation or negative based is a lower state that produces disharmony and that corrects by a higher harmony state. And we can choose to host that higher harmony state, which then treats our illness and grants us immunity from those lower negative harmony states by tuning them out by the power of higher story. It becomes authentic and genuine and automatic. Well, that's the class. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to enjoy rewatching it myself. Take care and feel free to contact me with anything. Let me know what you thought. Do a thumbs up, please.